Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Tuesday. Um, I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to jump in, but it's raining today here. We had thunderstorms, like midday thunderstorms. I was like, well, that's kind of weird for this area. Usually we get them at night, kind of like Arizona, where thunderstorms will come at night. But I guess you could have the rare thunderstorm during the day, but I just hope we don't get. Hi. Um, Ragnar's in here making noise. Um, why is it the dogs, every time they come out from under the covers or wake up, they have to shake it off like that and make all that noise? Like, I'll be making a video and I'm like really seriously into it, and they just come out from under the covers randomly and they shake it off, and I'm like, okay, retake. But you can't do a retake when you're live. So, I got lots of stuff to talk about today. Who's here right now? I know there's 6 people in the room. Say hey. Say something in chat so I can see who's here. 7 people are here. Great. Um, I just want to make sure my chat is working, so somebody put something in there. Anybody? Anybody? I don't think my chat is working. That's weird. You know, YouTube does that sometimes. Sometimes I'll be, oh, there we go. JB and Walter. Okay. Sometimes I can see how many people are here. Sometimes I can see chat. Sometimes I can't, but it looks like everything's working right now. So yay, yay, YouTube. So anyway, while I'm kind of waiting for some people to come in, I'm going to tell you guys a little story about another YouTuber who shall remain nameless, but it's a he. Because after all, I'm pretty sure I think I'm the only female who reports conservative news or regarding the border. Um, Pretty sure. If there's somebody else out there that's a female, let me know that you see on YouTube that's doing the same thing I am, because I want to know. Um, anyway, so this other YouTuber, and I'll tell you the story before I get into the border stuff. I guess did a live stream yesterday in regards to the border, and a female caller called in and was asking about United Constitutional Patriots and said, "Hey, well, do you watch Atomic News?" And he's like, yeah, I've seen that channel. And she goes, and I watch Conservative Anthony. And he goes, yeah, I think I've seen that person before too. And and then he goes on to say, well, he's referring to my channel. She has some commentary on her channel, but she has a lot of videos with no narration. Yeah, that's true. Um, and we all, anybody who watches my channel knows I don't own a computer. Okay, I actually do not have a computer. I do everything from my phone. So, yeah, sometimes I just put footage up because I do this shit from my phone. Um, and quite frankly, okay, well, hi. He just did this big old yawn. Did you guys hear that? Quite frankly, some things I don't need to explain to you, okay? Like, I can literally put up a piece of footage for you guys to watch, and I'm confident that you put your big girl panties on and your big boy panties on this morning and can watch that piece of footage and make a decision for yourself on what you're looking at. Am I correct? Tell me I'm not. Um, So he says that we, channels like me and like Conservative Anthony and Oscar El Blue, he mentioned, need to report the facts. This is where it gets funny, because the girl asked a specific question about United Constitutional Patriots. She said, I heard they got kicked off the land that they were camping on. Is that true? And he goes, I haven't heard anything about that. I don't know anything about that. Well, hello. If you actually watched my channel before you judged, you'd know that I was a UCP. I was a United Constitutional Patriot. And hello, I have first-hand answers for you. And my last two live streams were dedicated to it. So, long story short, this dude needs to think before he shoots his mouth off, because clearly that's what he did. Says we don't give any information. Really? Like I said, you put your big girl panties on this morning, right? You put your big boy panties on this morning, right? You can watch that footage. Hi, James from Arizona. You can watch that footage I put up there for you, and you are smart enough to know what you're looking at. Okay? My subscribers are not stupid. Right? Well, such and such channel, just because I run my channel differently than yours doesn't make it inferior to yours. Okay. That's why people subscribe to more than one news channel at a time. Okay. Because they like each channel for certain reasons. Okay. Maybe this other channel, Mr. Such and Such, likes to talk a lot. Maybe Mr. Such and Such does YouTube full time, which I know he does. And I don't. Okay. I don't. Not yet, but I will soon. My channel, I work my channel part-time. Okay. I go to work full-time. I come home, I do some stuff on YouTube. I watch a lot of news, and then I create my content from there. But people come to me for a reason. Okay. Just like people come to him for a reason. It's common sense. But let's just say, my style's a little different. I live stream twice a week, and in between those live streams, I post footage for you guys for your entertainment. So, I just want to remind Mr. Such and Such channel that at one time your channel was my size, and you shouldn't diss the smaller channels just because your channel's bigger. Because at one time that was you. At one time he was me. And you should never disrespect that. You should respect that. Okay? You don't forget the smaller channels. And let me just point out, I've only been doing this for 6 months, and I have more than half of the subscribers that he has. So, again, think before you shoot your mouth off about atomic news. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, I'm going to do some commentary for you guys today. Let's talk about United Constitutional Patriots one last time, because I know there's a lot of people out there that still have questions, okay? And something massive happened yesterday. Okay? Yes, yesterday. Today's Tuesday. To clarify the answer that Mr. Such and Such didn't know, yes, they were asked to leave the area that they were camping on, okay? The area that they were camping on apparently is owned by the railroad, and the railroad said they didn't want anybody trespassing on their land. Well, we thought that was a quite interesting comment, because they allow all the migrants to cross the railroad without any problems. And the signs that they put up saying no trespassing, yeah, I really don't think a migrant can read that. They're going to cross the railroad tracks and trespass. So, they chose migrants over Americans helping protect the border. So just Pacific Union calling you out. So what happened yesterday that was really, really big was, yes, there was news articles out there. The commander of United Constitutional Patriots was in fact supposed to be in court yesterday, but they had to evacuate the building. Why? Because of a bomb threat. Yep. Well, when they found out that everything was good to go, everything was clear, they went ahead and reconvened, but the threat was there. It happened. They had to evacuate. It's probably some leftist, you know? Um, and the left is going to say, watch, that it was a right-wing white supremacist or a white nationalist, because that's what they're programmed to say. That's what they're programmed to do. Um, the only problem with that is he's white, yes, but he's right-wing, yes. That doesn't make any sense, though, if you think about it. Because a white supremacist is not going to do a bomb threat on another white person. Just saying. Do I know who put the threat out? No. Atomic News does not know the answer to that. If I did, I would tell the authorities, okay? Because that's just not cool to do that. Clearly, it's somebody upset thinking that he's anti-illegal or assuming that the commander is a racist. But you guys, he was not arrested for anything related to the border and what that group was doing on the border. Okay. He was arrested for stuff that was from years ago. Okay. So he was not arrested because they were down there documenting what was going on the border. So that's factual. That's information that is factual. But because the media, the left-wing media and their fake news out there, because they're putting out that he is a racist, this is why he got beat up in jail and broke ribs and had to go to the hospital, okay? And it's the fault of the fake news. Anybody who's reporting fake news on the topic, it's their fault, including the ACLU. The ACLU should be held responsible for anything that happens to him. The left needs to be held accountable for the shit they spew out in hate rhetoric. I said spew. Spew. Let's try and say that. That's really, I don't know if I like that word. Spew. They They say it's the right that spews out hate, but in fact, it's really the left. Like a perfect example is Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. Have you guys looked at their Twitter? Have you guys ever watched what they tweet out? Everything is racist. Everything. Okay. And I make sure I call them out on it, to be honest. Every time they tweet something shitty like that, I tweet something shitty back to them. And I've also called them cows and pigs. But, I'm just describing their features. Last night, I'm pretty sure I called Rashida a cow and Ilhan a pig. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, yes, they were kicked out of their camp. Yes, they are going to a different location. I didn't officially say where, or I haven't officially said where they're going because it wasn't my place to give out confidential information. Okay. Some things were kept confidential within the group, and that's because of the crazy left and all the media and all the fake news. And we just didn't want that information out there. Okay. But KTSM.com has already made it public now and had an article where they gave out the correct information and states that they are going to be resetting up on private land. Okay. Private land, guess what? Can't do anything about it. Are they still doing their thing down there? Yep. But things are going to be different from now on. They haven't made any videos public right now because of everything that's going on. They've kind of been a little quiet just to let things die down and blow over, just because so many representatives of the media were there with cameras, trying to get an interview, trying to get the story, and quite frankly, it was interrupting everything that needed to be done there, and it actually caused probably a safety problem for everybody, including themselves. But if you want facts about what's going on the border down there in New Mexico, at that spot, you need to either come to me or you need to go to Jim Bemvy, okay? Because we're the ones that have the information, the footage, the video, okay? We're the ones that can probably answer your questions. But I will never, in answering your questions, I will never give out classified confidential information. Only what is okay for me to give out to the public. Okay. So if you text me and you're like, hey, Laura, what's the GPS coordinates of where they are? The answer is going to be no. I can't tell you. Sorry. Because there are stupid things happening, like bomb threats and death threats. Like some of the members have gotten death threats. Okay. I haven't, because I'm not physically on the border. I just report the news and, push the video footage through my channel. But with that, I'm going to let you guys know that as of yesterday, I am no longer, sorry, I have a frog in my throat now. Me. No, I am no longer a United Constitutional Patriot. And that is by my choice and not because the commander was arrested, okay? It was a decision that I made with the information that I had, and that's okay, because Atomic News is working with some people on something new. So you guys are just going to have to stay tuned and in sync with me, and always jump on my live streams if you want to find out what's going on, because the information will come out in the next few days. Don't worry. I just can't talk about it quite yet, but it's good. It's good. I will still be involved with stuff that's going on the border. Very much so. So don't worry about that part. There will still be footage coming through my channel about what's going on the border, whether it be New Mexico, Texas, or Arizona, or Southern California. Okay, good things are happening. So, enough about UCP, because that chapter is closed. But, like I said, if you want to know the answers about groups that are on the border, come to me. Let's talk about Border Patrol, though, in regards to that whole issue. They have asked the people that are down there documenting what's going on the border not to quit. Okay? They are asking them not to stop what they're doing. Okay? A lot of people don't like what UCP did down there, but there are a lot of groups and people that do like it. Okay? So regardless, organized border defenders like UCP are going to continue doing what they were doing despite all of this media and fake news and false narratives. They don't do it for fame. They don't do it because they want to be in the news in a story. They do it because they love our country. They love us. They love the people in this country, and they want to protect our country as a whole. Many of the people in groups like that, whether it be in New Mexico or Arizona or wherever on the border, many of them are highly trained. Okay. There's a group in Arizona too that, at least as of 2016, go down there, highly trained individuals, ex-military, and are often more trained than Border Patrol. And that's not to, knock Border Patrol, because they are some tough mofos. But some of these people are not to not to be messed with. I'm telling you, they know their shit. And patriots as a whole, we don't scare easy. We don't run away. Just because a story like this happened and the commander was arrested doesn't mean we're going to scurry and run away. Oh, hell no. We're still there. But I want you guys to know one of the reasons I decided to cut ties with the UTP, that specific group, is because atomic news came first. And you guys come first, middle, and last. And my commitment has always been to you. I can make commitments to other people, I can, but if that commitment is no longer good for atomic news, then I'm going to say goodbye and go find something else. So, um, let's see, what else do I have for you? How's everybody doing? You guys are talking a lot today in the live stream. I got so many notes. I'm going to read you guys something, okay? This is from Brian Colfage. He's the one that started the GoFundMe for the wall and then had to turn it into an actual, actual website and basically charitable business type thing. He is the triple amputee, ex-military. He now runs WeBuildTheWall.com. This is a statement that he made earlier today. It was about 9 or 10 hours. I'm going to read this to you guys, because this is pretty serious. He says, "Make this go viral. Don't stop sharing. I sat down and had a meal with border agents recently who poured their hearts out to me. It's sad, and I'm worried for our country even more. They told me they were forbidden to tell me this, but could not live with what they are doing. They also said they want to resign over what they are forced to do." He says, number one, they are releasing known cartel hitmen into the streets of the USA, and they can't stop it. The cartels and migrants know if they bring a child which can't even be proven as theirs, they have to release them within 48 hours. Let that sink in. Our own government is releasing savage cartel murderers just because they use a child to cross with. They also said anyone with a felony is also released. Number two, everyone is granted emergency welfare and instantly handed $1,000 per month on a welfare card. Does that piss you off? That pisses me off. Plus 200 extra per child. Whoa, so they don't even have to work, you guys, because they're just getting the free money. They get free medical and dental and the right to work for about 5 to 6 years. The 5 to 6 years is because that's how long it takes to see a judge. That means each person gets welfare, medical, dental, and the right to work for 5 to 6 years. So do the math. An average of 2,000 are caught a day. If no one has kids, which they all do, that would cost taxpayers $9 billion just on welfare for the year. With children, it's probably really 15 billion annually. We are stuck, and this doesn't include any medical. And it's just 1 year of migrants. That's just 1 year of migrants is what he's saying. The wall could pay for itself in 1 year. Also, some states like New Mexico are issuing them state ID cards that are identical to what any citizen would get, and they fear it's being used to vote now. See, didn't we say? We said they want them to pour in. They want those open borders. They want them to pour in so that they can have them vote, because that's the only way the left can win, is with fake, unlawful votes. The agent said only 2% of the migrants are truly being persecuted in their home countries. So only 2% have a legit asylum claim, is what he's saying. But every single one asks, is this where I get my money when filling out their paperwork? They all know it's free money here, and that's why they're coming. They said that a huge portion of them have diseases and are sick. They are not vaccinated, which we know, you know, we're not dumb, we know this, and have had entire holding facilities become contaminated by diseases similar to smallpox outbreaks. I think he meant chickenpox because I'm pretty sure we haven't confirmed smallpox. Just saying. We have confirmed many other illnesses, mouth and foot disease, scabies, HIV, measles, mumps, TB, like, yeah. So I don't know what he means by small. I think he meant chickenpox. Um, after they released them, he said that almost all are going to New York City, LA, and Miami. Well, that would make, I don't know why New York City and LA, because those are both blue states, but Miami, I mean, Florida was pro-Trump on the last election, so maybe they're trying to turn Florida blue. Um, they further stated there's no accountability and there's no way these people will show up for their court dates 5 to 6 years down the road. They disappear into the cracks of society, you guys, and they will never show for their hearing. That's the way it is. They want their free money. There has to be a way to shut off their free money at some point. These agents have been with Border Patrol for a very long time, but they are so fed up with being Uber drivers to these people that they are ready to resign. It's not worth it. And they don't want to be complicit in the next murder of an American citizen. And when he says Uber drivers, he's right because that's what happens. They literally will step over the border, hundreds of them at a time, and they have to sit there and take care of them, Uber them into processing, um, be their baby mama and baby daddy, make sure they have water and snacks and diapers for their babies. And it takes 2 hours per person approximately to paperwork in order to process a migrant. And that takes, okay, okay, so if you have 100 migrants that you round up and bring into processing, that's 200 hours of paperwork, okay? That's how long that Border Patrol agent is going to be off the front lines and not there at the border doing what he's supposed or she is supposed to be doing. One of Trump's picks for DHS secretary knows everything. He knows everything about what's going on down there and can fix this. His name is Chris, is it Kobach? Kobash? I don't know how he pronounces that. We need to ensure Chris is nominated to DHS secretary. He has been on the border with me daily, seeing the issue and learning. This is why I started Build the Wall Incorporated. We're not sitting back and we are building the southern border wall ourselves, mile by mile, section by section. And then he says, go to our Facebook page and like it. We Build the Wall Inc. We are about to begin building. Okay? So that's some pretty serious shit. Just keeping it real. That was from Brian Colfage, okay? So you guys, if you haven't been to webuildthewall.com yet, make sure after this live stream you go check it out, okay? Right now we're hoping to get some good news right now in regards to that in New Mexico. I know they are trying to work out building the wall on some private land. I've talked to that private landowner before and interviewed him on my channel, so hopefully they will be building the wall right along his property, and he wants it there too, because he has migrants that cross through his property every single day, and it's completely dangerous. So just to let you guys know a couple more things, and then we'll do some call-ins if you guys want. Anybody want to? Don't throw the number up yet, guys. Moderators, if you're in the house. But we are. I'll do definitely do a call in. You guys, a second 3-year-old was rescued this week. In my last live stream, I talked about another 3-year-old that was left in a cornfield, with his telephone number written on his shoes, so that Border Patrol could just, call the number and connect him with whoever his people were here. But they found a second 3-year-old was rescued this week. Um, the second girl was separated from her mom while crossing on a raft, the Rio Grande. Okay. She fell off as the raft was sinking. I guess the raft was taking on water and she fell out and was swept away in the current. Well, Border Patrol got her, saved her. She's good. She's safe. But this is how they endanger their children, okay? Um, First, someone is probably that child was probably the first child was probably trafficked, okay? Um, and when they were done getting over the border and they realized they didn't need that child anymore, it was like, good luck, kid. Numbers on the shoes. The second 3-year-old child, we don't know. We don't know if that's really, her child or not. We don't have that information. We probably never will have that information. But it's sad, you guys. Children are trafficked every single day and recycled. Once they get that adult over the border, safely over the border, and that adult is now in America, they ship that child back and it gets recycled. The child gets recycled and comes back over the border with somebody new. They're rented. I just posted a video like 15 minutes before the live stream about renting children to come over the border. So make sure you guys go watch that after this. Let's talk about Antifa real quick. This is from The Blaze. The FBI reports that Antifa activists tried to buy weapons from Mexican cartel to stage an armed rebellion at the border. They wanted to renew chaos at the border and God, it would be nice if I could read my handwriting. Their goal was to disrupt the U.S. law enforcement and military security operations. The FBI came across this plot while investigating journalists, lawyers, and activists working with migrants in Tijuana. Tijuana. And I talked about this probably like a month ago. They made a bunch of arrests. I think it was like 50 civilians or something like that. And whether they were lawyers, activists, and whatnot, that were helping the migrant caravan. Yeah, so they found this information out while they were doing that investigation. But Antifa also wanted to establish 2 training camps in Mexico to create community defense militias. One of them was quoted as saying, "I am a revolutionary, a man who believes in his ideals, and I'm going to defend Mexico." So, in other words, you're a traitor to the US. Leave it to Antifa, though, because that's what they are. They're all traitors to the US. They are domestic terrorists, is what they are, just so you guys know. But I'll go ahead and take some call-ins right now if you guys want. Let me pull in my hi. Oh, I'm dragging my cord here. Let me pull up my Text Now app. The telephone number is 779-333-9628. And you guys know the rules. No blocked numbers or unavailable numbers. Prank callers, I'm just gonna hang up on you. So don't even try. 5 minutes max, you guys. 5 minutes. So if I cut you off after 5 minutes, you cannot be offended or upset at me, okay? Because after 5 minutes, the audience starts to get, disengaged. So, and they're like, next caller, So if somebody wants to call in, I will put you live on the show, okay? Let's see what you guys all have to talk about here. Because you guys are going. You guys got a lot to talk about tonight. Walmart is not our friend. No, Walmart is not our friend because they treat you like a thief when you check out and you try and leave. They want your receipt and they want to look in your bag, which they technically can't. They can do because when you walk in there, there's no sign that says you're subject to inspection upon exit of the store. So it's not a legal search, just so you guys know. You did not enter into an agreement to do that like you would at Sam's Club or Costco, just so you know. So no, Walmart is not our friend. Um, Crystal says, I donated to We Build the Wall. Awesome. Thank you. Um, the president can close the border. Why is he allowing this? That's a really good question. Closing the border is a very serious thing that has very serious repercussions, okay? It could potentially lose billions of dollars on both sides, both the Mexican and the American side. So closing the border is an absolute last resort. He has to pull every trick out of his bag before he can do something like that. So that's why. Um, David says this is a biological weapon attack. Yes, I agree with all this illness coming in. Absolutely. And then when they they house migrants in a high school over the Easter weekend, all that sick, all the illness. Yep, it's a biological weapon. You're absolutely right. Um, let's see. They need Moro says they need others to do paperwork. He or she is referring to Border Patrol. I think you're absolutely right. They should have people that are just doing paperwork, and that way they can turn around and get right back on the border. Um, Bankruptcy coming for us. I am sick to my stomach. Betty, are you referring to the country? And watch, they'll all blame it on Donald Trump too, even though the economy is booming right now. Um, Totally crossing the. Anyone know how to estimate the total illegals crossing the southern border in a 24-hour period every day? I don't know how to do that, how to estimate that in a 24-hour period every single day. I can tell you that as of today, this year, so from January 1st to today, we have already beaten last year's count of illegals crossing the border. So I can tell you that. Um, Carolyn says, how would it be right now if Hillary was president? Um, all the states would be turning blue because they'd be full of illegals, and we would be screwed 20 ways to Sunday. Uh, um, let's see. Nobody wants to call in, you guys. 779-333-9628. Usually you guys make my phone ring off the hook. Y'all are sleepy today. I'm sleepy today. I was up until 2:30 in the morning on a conference call, a very important conference call, with some very important people talking about some very important stuff, which you will all know that very important stuff shortly when I'm given the green light to release that information. Um, but I have to be a good reporter and not give out information before I'm supposed to, or, uh, you know, let out secrets or anything like that, because then why would those people tell me things in the future? You know what I mean? A good reporter never outs their source and never lets the information out before it's time. So, um, let's see. A lot of people, this is bullshit. Oh my God, what? And that must have been Amy says story time. I think that was from when I was reading. Um, let's see. So, trying to read you what you guys are talking about in here because it's hard for me to follow. I can't like walk and chew gum at the same time. Read all my comments while I'm talking and looking at my notes and, reading from another phone and let's see. Oh, hi, Black Bart he's doing good. That's my honey. Black Bart is my honey. If you guys see him in chat. Stewie says, I have a flip phone. You have a flip phone? You need to upgrade, sugar. Amy says, don't be scared, get prepared. Yes, Mr. Atomic has decided he wants to be a prepper, so I'm fine with that. He can prep. I'm good with that. So I've got a few other little tidbits here that I can talk about while I'm waiting to see if anybody's going to call in tonight. Um, Hi, Ragnar. Jesus. He's all sleeping on his back with his nuts in the air. Like he just don't care. I'd show you, but I'm not into puppy porn. Hold on. Somebody's calling in. Hi, this is Atomic News.
Hello, how are you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. This is Carolyn from Utah. I was in Pete Santilli's, I was on his channel, today with a whole bunch of other people, and he was talking about how we need to, the women like the grandmas, the moms, we need to get a gun and we need to learn how to use it and we need to be prepared because Antifa, of course, and this is me saying this part, Antifa, of course, they're going to just fight it out. They're going to duke it out. They don't care. We need to stand up for ourselves and be prepared and just be able to just look them in the face and say, knock it off or you're gone. What do you think about that? That's pretty tough, but
yeah, no, women do need to toughen up. Because you're saying in regards to women, right?
in regards to women, yeah, I mean, we need to be prepared and have a gun and know how to use it and pack it. And, if things get hot, then we can just take care of business. Don't mess with the mother bear.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that all women should know how to shoot a gun. I know some people just are really scared of guns and don't want to. Well, then they need to learn how to do something. If it's not, how to shoot a gun, they need to know how to use pepper spray, or they need learn how to use a taser, something like that. But
I agree.
There's too much going on in this world right now to not protect yourself. I think that with all these illegals coming in, with people like Antifa, with people that believe in Sharia law, you have to protect yourself in one way or another.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're awesome. Keep up the great work, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
That was a good question, honestly, because that's something I haven't ever talked about on my channel. All women, and men should know how to protect themselves. Words unfortunately don't work anymore. And much of the left is not reasonable when you speak to them. So a verbal discussion is like trying to argue on a sinking ship. I mean, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to get resolved because they're just stupid. I mean, you guys have seen the videos of these liberals screaming and shaking their head and getting all up in people's face when they're videoing and acting like damn fools. Like that's their mentality. It really is. And they think that's acceptable behavior. And sometimes you can't argue with stupid. Hi, this is Atomic News.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. This is Alex. I've got the disabled vet's perspective. I enjoy your show immensely. You get a lot of good information out there. I just wanted to throw something in the mix. Just a thing to make you go, But if Antifa is talking about getting weapons from a foreign criminal cartel and establishing training camps in said foreign land, and then discussing returning to the U.S. to attack armed personnel, military, or federal law enforcement, would that not be considered a declaration of war by Antifa?
Yes, that is a good point. That is absolutely correct. I agree with that thought.
Well, every time I see Antifa, I see them starting a fight with a conservative, and then they get pulverized. And it seems to me that if you know that you're in a losing battle, you wouldn't keep taking on the people that are handing you the losses. these are just things to make you go, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's food for thought. But I'm, prior service, and I fought people that intended to do harm to Americans, and I think that if they are willing to do this, then the veterans should be willing to go down there and meet them on their terms.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's what I've got, but I just wanted to throw it out there.
No, that you made an excellent point. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you called in for that.
Well, thank you.
All right.
We'll keep up the good work, and we'll catch you next time.
Well, thanks for watching.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Hold on. Shoot. Somebody just called in while I was talking to him. Whoever that was, call back. Whoever's call I just missed, call me. Call me back. Just a little statement here, you guys. Defending the border is not a political option. It's a constitutional obligation. Okay? Defending the border is not a political option. It's a constitutional obligation. All right? So as an American, it's our obligation to defend our border. Because if we don't, we are no longer a country. So, hello, whoever that was calling and I missed your call, call me back. Just a little other tidbit for you guys. That 10,000 member caravan that's been coming through Mexico that they've been talking about for the last couple weeks, it is expected to be here by the end of the week. Yep, so we definitely need groups on the border being the eyes and the ears for Border Patrol. See what I'm saying? Let's see here. I have a question for you guys. When I drive across the country and I move to Arizona in a couple weeks, we're like literally, oh, okay, here we go. That's that person. Hi, Atomic News.
Hello?
Hello.
Atomic News?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm MJ from California, and I go by handle broken MJ, and I'm leaving you guys messages letting you know what the coyotes look like on your videos.
Hold on. Turn down your YouTube in the background because I'm having trouble hearing you. It echoes.
Okay. I go by the handle broken MJ, and I've been sending you guys messages telling you about the coyotes, how they look like. And my question is why can't we give these videos to law enforcement or Border Patrol in order for them to know what they look like? So when they come across them, they can stop this legal trafficking.
Oh, so okay, so you can tell by the videos that I posted who's the coyote?
Oh yeah, I've been going to Mexico my entire life. I know what the narcos look like. I know what the coyotes look like, and it's very easy to distinguish who's who.
Wow. Okay. Well, in my comments in the videos, sometimes it's hard for me to see all the comments, so sometimes I don't see them. If you want to email me, though, my email is always in the description box of every video.
Okay.
If you want to tell me what video it was and who you're pointing out, I can make sure people on the border get that information.
Okay. Roger that.
Yeah.
It's usually the guy that stands with the child by themselves.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you can tell by the way they dress.
Okay.
You can tell by the way they dress. They use in Spanish they call them chalecos. In English, I'm not sure what they call them in English. It's like the jacket without the sleeves.
Oh, so like a vest?
Like a vest, yeah, but it's like the jacket kind.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
In Spanish, they call them chalecos.
Okay.
So yeah, that's one of the ways you can find them. They usually have like a hoodie underneath, and then that little vest on top, and you can check out the shoes because a lot of them wear Pumas and whatnot.
Okay, okay. I can pick, that's interesting because I can picture like in some of the videos I remember seeing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And
Ah.
sometimes they're nicely well shaped too, and that's a big red flag right there of who's who.
If they're freshly shaved, if they don't have their beard.
Yeah, some of the times they're freshly shaved. You can see it, like their mustache and their goatee is nice and trimmed. You can just tell.
Because they want to look like they fit in, right?
Right.
Ah.
Right.
Smart man.
I've been seeing this ever since I was a little kid. I've been seeing coyotes ever since I was a little kid.
Uh-huh.
I live right here in South San Diego, right next to the border, Tijuana border.
Okay, okay.
And we had the same issues back in the early '90s.
Mm-hmm.
The same issue, people just running all over the place, and it was growing up in that area. Growing up in this area, you can just tell. You can start figuring out who's who.
Yeah, I bet. I wouldn't doubt that. Wow.
Yes.
Well, thanks for that info. That's some good info.
Problem. I also sent it to Anthony too,
Okay.
but he's never responded.
Yeah, you know what? He's super busy, and so I have to remind myself not to take it personal. Sometimes it'll take him like a week to get back to me or 2 weeks to get back to me. So he's just like everybody wants to talk to Anthony right now because of everything that's going on in El Paso. So he's a busy man. But I will be sure to, when you email me, I'll be sure to send it out to him too, for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Because in some of his videos, he got the guy standing there, and you could look on his face like, "Oh man, we got caught." You could just see it on his face.
Yep.
And that's like $7,000-8,000 lost for him.
Yeah. And then he probably gets turned around and released 48 hours later.
Correct. And then he's back at it again.
Yep. He just goes right back over the border and starts all over, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. It's crazy.
Where I live, they put an end to it years ago.
Uh-huh.
But as you start moving down towards the mountains, like towards Tecate and whatnot, go to El Centro, that's when it starts to happen again.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, so.
That's sad.
I know exactly what everybody's going through because I had to go through it when I was a kid.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, it was good talking to you, and I'll be sending you the info through your email.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much for doing that.
Okay, thank you for having me on your show.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Holy shit balls. That was some good information. And hi, Ragnar. You guys want to say hi to Ragnar? He wants some love for a minute here. Hi. That's Ragnar. That's my daughter's dog. He's a standard dachshund, not a mini like the other ones that I have. He is very forceful about his love sometimes. He tells me, yes, you will love me right now. Huh, Ragnar? Huh, no, honey, I'm trying to do a live stream. Okay, I'll pet your tummy, okay? Invasion of the wieners in my house. So just so you guys know, some of the, by the way, somebody else can call in if they want, 779-333-9628. I still have time for one more call if somebody else wants to call in. The current caravan that's coming up, that's in Tapachula, if I said that correctly. I don't speak Spanish, so I think I said that right. They have confirmed Cubans, immigrants from Haiti, Cameroon, Angola. You guys are probably laughing at me right now. Togo? Where's that? Does that mean where that is? I don't know where that is. I might have to pull out a map. Oh, Mr. Atomic says Africa. Confirmed migrants from India, Bangladesh, the Congo, where all the Ebola is coming from, and Guinea. So here's my last caller. Hold on. Hi, this is Atomic News.
Hello, I got a quick story. I
live here in Sunland Park, New Mexico, outside of El Paso.
Oh, okay. Shoot, go ahead.
So there was a Chinese man outside of my friend's house one night that he pulls up after work, and he was just on a cell phone, kind of hunched down, a couple of houses away from my friend's house. My friend goes over there and sees what's going on with him, and he doesn't speak English, so he tries to on his phone Google Chinese, and this guy is the coyote abandoned him here in Sunland Park, New Mexico. He thought he was in New York. He wanted to know where Manhattan was. So my buddy ended up calling the Border Patrol close by, and he tried to bribe the Border Patrol to let him go. He had a sack full of, a little, like a hip sack full of, with cash. He was well dressed, and he wanted to buy his way out to just let him go. He tried to get a ride. He wants to get back to, he wanted to get to Manhattan, New York. But this was like maybe 2 weeks ago. And I just wanted to share that story with you. Since I live here where all this is going on, it's just something to share with.
That's crazy. See, and that's what I heard happens. The coyotes are like, yeah, it's just right over there. You just have to walk across right there, and then you're in such and such place. And they're not necessarily telling them the truth. Like this guy thought he was in Manhattan. And these people don't speak enough English to know anything different. And so the coyotes take advantage of them. And I'm surprised the coyote didn't rob him and take his cash,
Yes.
But I know a lot of them are coming
the
over.
Border Patrol took them.
Huh?
The Border Patrol ended up taking them. They detained them and took them.
Yeah.
But it was strange to see that and for my friend to tell me about it. But we're right here on the front lines, and can't believe what's going on. I don't know. We need to fix this quick because it's gonna just get uglier.
Yeah. Do you ever see like migrants like roaming the street? Other than that, like like in Yuma, I know they said they have a problem with just them roaming in groups.
You know what? I see them popping out of manholes. They popped out of manholes last night downtown El Paso. It's on video.
Yeah.
And we see them jumping the gate in packs, in groups of 6 or 8 guys. They jumped the fence, and we've seen them. They crossed the freeway right after they jumped the fence. There's a freeway right there, and they crossed the freeway with cars coming, with kids.
Yep.
It's out of control.
Do you watch?
And those others that are coming.
Do you watch Conservative Anthony?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had a great video showing them running across the freeway. You know, when they were coming out of gate number 28.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's one. And then I've seen it. You know, I've seen it with my own eyes. Not recording it because it's so quick when you're passing by on the freeway. But you see them just jumping and running for their lives. And man, it's ugly. I don't know what we're gonna do down here in El Paso and New Mexico. It's I don't know what we're gonna do with these people.
Do you feel like the people around you, like your neighbors and your coworkers and things like that, feel the same way you do, or do you think that they're pro, illegals coming in?
A lot of them are siding with us, saying it's not right. There's right ways to do it. A lot of them are. It's kind of the younger ones that don't understand what's going on. That kind of just think that it's hip or something to let these people come in, or that they just have different, like with Beto, they back up Beto O'Rourke or people like that, but don't really understand what's going on with the whole system. That you can't just let these people in. That some of them are criminals. A lot of them are criminals, and they're renting the kids, and they just don't understand some of that. It's just terrible what's going on. But a lot of my neighbors are on board with President Trump and protecting the United States, and a lot of them are. Some of them are against them, but the ones that are against them are a lot of the younger ones that don't really understand politics.
Yeah, it's like the younger generation, if they would just take their heads out of their rear ends and stop staring down at their phones And if they just did some research and opened their eyes, they would see what's really happening and would realize that this is not a good thing.
No, a lot of their points don't make any sense either. It's senseless. It's a lot of the arguments are just senseless. Like, they don't make any sense. Like, who's gonna pay for this? You, me? It's just a lot of money, real quick.
They don't understand the money part of it. They don't understand that it could bankrupt us, and we can't sustain this amount of flow coming into the United States of people who need welfare and assistance. We just can't. We have our own people to take care of. Like, we should be taking care of us first, and then if we have money left over, then let's be charitable,
Yes. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And we support you. We support Anthony, and we're supporters down here.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait. 4 weeks from now, I'm going to be living right near the border, and I'm going to be reporting from the border more often, and doing some of the same things that Anthony's doing. So keep watching, and who knows, maybe you'll see a video with both me and Anthony in it.
Yeah. No, we'll be looking out for it, and maybe we could go out and help you guys and meet you guys and support you guys as well.
That would be awesome. All right. Well,
I'm Joel. I'm looking forward to meet you.
All right. Well, I'm glad you called in tonight.
You have a good night.
You too. Take care and be safe.
Thank you.
Okay, so he was in Sunland Park, which is right where United Constitutional Patriots basically had Camp Liberty set up. Sunland Park was just like right, like a stone's throw, like that's right there at the border, right where the wall ends. And the illegals can just hop over a little 2-foot, median divider like you'd see on the freeway, and come right into what they call the bowl, and cross the train tracks and trespass on Union Pacific Railroad land, though they don't want any trespassers, but they don't care about the illegals trespassing. Yeah, so when he says he's on the front lines, he's on the front lines. He's right there. He knows what he's talking about. He knows his shit. And it's good to know, it's a relief to know that there are others around him that think just like him, because the politicians in New Mexico and Texas have their heads up their asses. I'm telling you. It's all orchestrated. It really is. And it's sad for the residents that they are just allowing that border to be open and for people to pile in. At least in Arizona, the cities on the border realize they can't sustain what's coming in, like Yuma, and said, help, and declared a state of emergency in their cities. Is there anything else I want to talk to you? Oh yeah, I had that question for you guys. When I move in 4 weeks, okay, at the end of May, do you guys want some videos of me crossing the country, like the things that I see, and like if we pass any landmarks or some crazy stuff, or see some crazy stuff along the way? Is that something you guys want to see, or do you guys just want me to keep doing what I'm doing and talking my border stuff and giving you some videos while I'm doing it? Because I can do all that. You guys let me know, like, in the comments below, what you think, what you would want to see. If you want to see do you want to see the country? Like, I'm not going to sit there and video like cornfields for you, but if there's something interesting, yeah, I could do some videos for you guys. It looks like a few of you want to see that. Okay, both. Sassy says both. Okay, I can do both. Right on. Film my trip. You guys, on the back of our U-Haul, we're gonna put up a sign that says "More tax dollars leaving Illinois," and probably something like "Screw JB Pritzker," and then Arizona or bust, things like that. So, and I told Mr. Atomic, I was like, we need to fly the American flag off the back of the U-Haul. Because that's the way I roll. But anyway, it's been over an hour. We had some good phone calls tonight, especially I really love that last guy. I'm so glad he called in. Well, I'm glad you all called in, but I really thought that information, and plus the guy that is going to identify who coyotes are. That's wow, that's good stuff. And you saw it where? On Atomic News TV. But I don't commentary enough, do I? If you guys were here at the beginning of the live stream and you heard my story about Mr. Such and Such channel on YouTube, who thought he was going to critique my channel. And what's funny is people were in the chat of that particular live stream for Mr. Such and Such. And we're like, Atomic News is awesome. She's great news. Da, 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 da. So they were all backing me up. It was really great. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. Thank you, Mr. Atomic, for being my one and only moderator tonight. I can't expect all my moderators to be in here though all the time, so that's not knocking my moderators at all. But I do need moderator because there are trolls that come in here sometimes. But thank you all for being here tonight. Make sure you like, share, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend. Atomic News. Yep. And until next time, until Saturday, my next live stream,